Good evening. This is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. Today, my recipes are concentrating on bars, cookies, and cakes. And most of them are fall related, such as applesauce, pumpkin, carrots, and all that kind of stuff. But there are a few in there that's family favorites that I tossed in. Pumpkin bars. 2 cups of sugar, 4 eggs, 1 medium can of pumpkin, that's your 15-ounce can, 1 cup of oil, 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of walnuts chopped, which is optional. Cream together sugar, eggs, pumpkin, and oil. Combine flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Add to your cream mixtures. This is where you add your nuts. Just fold them in if you desire. Bake at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. For your frosting, 3/4 stick of butter or margarine, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 ounces of cream cheese softened, 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. Pumpkin bars. Carrot cake. 3 cups of flour, 2.5 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 cups of vegetable oil, 2 cups of carrots grated, 1 cup of walnuts chopped, which is optional, and 1 cup of crushed pineapple, 3 eggs, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Mix all your dry ingredients together, that's your flour, sugar, baking powder, cinnamon, baking soda, and salt. Then add your remaining ingredients, except the nuts if desired. Beat until smooth. Bake in a 9 by 13-inch greased pan at 350 degrees for 1 hour or until it's done. Carrot cake. Almond bar cookies. The favorite of always for Christmas. And I have almond bark in my pantry because we like it. Remember, you store what you eat. Store what you like. And in bad times, these comfort foods will come in very, very handy. So remember that. It's not just basic foods like your protein and your rice, the pasta. But it's these sweet things too. And the sweet things are what's going to carry you through, because it gives you an extra boost. So here are my almond bark cookies. 2.5 pounds of almond bark, 2 cups of Fruit Loops, 2 cups of Alphabet, 2 cups of miniature marshmallows, 1 cup of peanuts optional. Melt the almond bark. Pour over the Fruit Loops and the Alphabet. Cool slightly. Add the marshmallows and the peanut if desired. Drop by teaspoonfuls on the wax paper. Store in an airtight container when cooled. Now we've made these both with chocolate and with white almond bark. We like them either way. Chocolate drops, or as some people call it, no-bake cookies. Some of these recipes have been around for years and years and years. A lot longer than most of you are alive. And we've done it for years for a family. But they're known by a different name now. They took the old recipe. They just gave it a new name. And here we go. So all these recipes stem from older recipes. And we're talking 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, something like that. Okay, so they were first called chocolate drops. Now they're called no-bake cookies. Same recipe, different names. That reminds me of a story that I had. When I first got the internet, I went absolutely crazy with it. I looked up all the recipes I could find to see if they were different. And I came across a recipe that one of the creators said they made. That they had come up with the recipe themselves. Okay, I mean, we have that all the time. Except, this recipe was a recipe I made for my family in the 70s. Same name, same recipe, exact same thing, because I looked it up. But this creator was saying she created the recipe herself. I can't remember the creator's name now, but it made me realize that all these recipes come back. They come back in the style. Like I said, same recipe, different names. Here we go with chocolate drops. 2 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of margarine or butter, 1/2 cup of milk, 3 tablespoons of cocoa, a pinch of salt, 3 cups of oatmeal, 8 tablespoons of peanut butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Combine sugar, margarine, milk, cocoa, and salt. Bring to a boil. Boil for 1 minute. Remove from the heat. Add your peanut butter until melted. Add oatmeal and vanilla. Drop by spoonfuls onto wax paper. Chocolate drops. Applesauce bars. 1 cup of sugar. 1½ cups of applesauce. 1/2 cup of shortening. 2 eggs. 2 cups of flour. 1 cup of raisins steamed in a little water. 2 teaspoons of soda. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. 1 teaspoon of salt. Place your flour, sugar, soda, spices, and salt in a sifter. Sift you into a bowl. Add your shortening, applesauce, and eggs one at a time. Beat with an electric mixer until smooth. Add your raisins and your carrots. Add your raisins. Bake in a 15.5 by a 10.5 pan at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Applesauce bars, I was getting it mixed up with my carrot bars there for a while. Spread with the following before baking. 2/3 cup of crushed cornflakes, 2 tablespoons of soft butter, 1/3 cup of sugar. Cool and cut into bars. That was the jelly roll one. It can also be put in a 9 by 13-inch pan for cake. It's a little thicker. Frost with brown sugar frosting. Brown sugar frosting. 1/2 stick of butter or margarine. 1 cup of brown sugar. 1/4 cup of milk. Boil for 1 minute. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla and enough powdered sugar to thicken to a very good consistency. Applesauce bars. Angel food bars. 1 package of 1-step angel food cake mix. It has to be 1-step angel food cake mix. 1 can of lemon pie filling. And 1 cup of coconut, which is optional. Combine your ingredients. Bake in a 9 by 13-inch pan at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Or in a jelly roll pan for 20 minutes. Frosting. 1 package, 8 ounces of cream cheese. 1 cup of powdered sugar. 1/4 cup of butter, soft. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. 1/4 cup of walnuts, optional. Blend cream cheese, powdered sugar, butter, and vanilla. Frost the bars and sprinkle with nuts if desired. Angel Food Bars. Simple recipe. Applesauce cake. 1 cup of shortening or butter. 2 cups of sugar. 3 eggs. 2 cups of applesauce. 1 cup of nut optional. 1 cup of raisins. 2 teaspoons of soda. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. 3 cups of flour. Cream butter and sugar. Add the eggs. Add soda to applesauce. Sift the flour and spices. Add to the first mixture. Add the nuts and raisins. Bake in a 9 by 13-inch pan or 2 loaf pans at 350 degrees for 1/2 hour or until done when it springs back. Applesauce cake. Applesauce cookies. 1 cup of shortening. 2 eggs. 2 cups of applesauce. 1 cup of walnuts chopped. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. 4 cups of flour. 2 cups of sugar. 1 teaspoon of soda. 2 cups of raisins. 1 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. 1/2 teaspoon of nutmegs. Drop by teaspoonfuls. Bake at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. That's it for today. All fall recipes for cakes, bars, and cookies. Have a great day. God bless.